Hi. Hey guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Oh, it's hard figuring all this stuff out, this new stuff on Twitch. So, what's up? It is Saturday. And yeah, anyway, so got a whole bunch of stuff. All right. So there's some stuff we're going to talk about. Certain number of things that we can talk about in regards to the comic book world. Talk about whatever else you want in general also. We can talk about some comic books that I didn't read. There were 4 comic books that I didn't do reviews for that we can talk about. And I have got a buttload of toys, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 things of toys to open. I'm saying. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to cracking a couple of these guys open. Also, here, there's this thing. So I found this cool toy. This is from whatever. It's from a Halloween store. I just saw it and I was like, dude, there's a little button right here. You push it. Wow, all of a sudden you got the Batman thing. So I think I'm going to paint this thing up and like it's already got the bat shape on it. It's not too shabby looking. I don't know. I think maybe I'll just leave it. Just leave it. Because like I don't know, if you paint it black, are you really going to see the things there? I don't know. I don't know. But I really dig this. This is awesome. It's like a Batman kind of thing. So I, of course, I had to pick it up. It was only $6. It's probably like $4 US. Anyway, so let's see. One of the things I want to open while we're waiting for people to show, because I imagine people are going to show any minute, right? Twitch is so freaking weird. Um, what do you call it? We got kabang, this thing. You know, I already had this, and I was saying I was going to try and finish it up. This is one of the newer pieces that came with it, but it doesn't fit in here because the front is actually there's more pieces that go to this, right? Well, I may have gotten 2 of the 4 remaining pieces right here, and it's my understanding that the other 2 pieces that I don't have aren't really that necessary. So I'm going to pop these puppies open because I'm really looking forward to opening this up and seeing what this final product is going to look and feel like in my hands. Actually, I think I'll do this side because reasons. So, nope. Whoop. Pop this open on the side. You see, what is this coming soon thing? See, this is what it originally looked like on the back. There's only the first 4 pieces being sold. So that would have been this bottom piece, which connects up to there. And then with these 2 figures, let's see. It doesn't even show which ones they were. Oh, that's ridiculous. But since I have this one in my hand, obviously the front piece of this, which would have been 2, so 1 and 2, 3, okay, is actually this guy here. Oh, and 4 is this little trigger assembly back there. So the main 2 pieces there actually came with, see, they got, oops, these other figures that they added later to complete the set, ish, kind of. They had Luther and the Gargoyle did these 2 pieces here. So the boop and the boop pieces there. This is that side piece that goes on that came with the Batman with the hood. The hood that would come off. I actually still have them up top there. And then this guy here is actually this guy here. And you can see he comes with that bottom piece. So I'm going to assemble that bottom piece. That's where this can actually go inside. And then this here would have to be Aquaman. Later on, they would reveal that that's actually Aquaman. And he would come with, you see how this piece, it actually separates into 2? All right. So this top piece, it doesn't close, unfortunately. They made it nice and solid and cheap. So it doesn't close. But now imagine 2 more of these. One of them actually, 2 more of these, but both of them actually closed. So you shoot it, and then once it gets to the end, it snaps open like this, right? Or if it hits something, it snaps open like this. Prior to that, it would just be closed. So 2 more of these closed come with it. in order for you to be able to attach them here. So it's like extra pieces of ammunition. I'm going to say it's not too shabby. Now, they did also come with yet another piece, a 9th piece that's not on any of these. And that 9th piece is actually Superman with his heat vision. Kind of a cool toy if you're not going to do your own animations. But anyway, that one came with the exact same thing, except that this part here, this black part, is actually clear. So it's kind of transparent. So it looks like it's just shooting, but with no rope per se. That's cute and all. I think it's just a way for them to try and make a couple extra bucks. Not interested, if I do say so myself. So anyway, let me open up this other one here. And then I will finish. I believe this should pretty much finish my grappling gun. I know that the Wonder Woman piece is kind of important. The Aquaman pieces that they'll make it look more complete, but they're not necessarily crucial to the finished product. Anyway, so it comes with this. There we go. It comes with this holster piece for the bottom that will actually click right into here. Now, I said that I was thinking about just making my own. I decided against it. Oh, you can see that it actually goes this way because of the little peg there in the back and the hole that's there. So the peg receptor, the male and female pieces. I don't know why that always sounded dirty to me when I was a kid, saying the male and female pieces. Because like the pieces are having sex. Yeah, just I'm dumb, weird kid. Anyhow, I guess this has to snap on. And I was correct. So the Wonder Woman figure will actually come with a piece that comes forward a little bit more to hold it up, and then a clear piece that will go up, and I don't know what the hell it does, but it's supposed to go someplace, I guess like right here to hold the whole thing up. Yeah, oh, they made it so that it doesn't want to hold itself up. When I try to rest it, like here, it's cool because I'm holding it to the side, but when I make it, yeah, it really wants to lean forward. So I gotta try and find the stupid Wonder Woman piece, don't I, to make it look nice. That's frustrating. Anyhow, so let me. Wow, that's unwieldy. So let me take this guy off. What's up? Hello, GT. What's up? Just checking in, watching 90 Day Fiance with the wife. Nice. Oh my God, that show is so crazy. What? Is this like a really big thing now? This 90 Day Fiance? Which you have a fiance for 3 months and then that's it? Like, who benefits from that? The guy or the girl? Seems like the guy. All right. So let's slide this puppy in here. Auntie Paulie, howdy. Howdy yourself. Yeah, we're watching season 6. Whoa, is it like 6 seasons of this? Jay and Larissa, what? Okay. Due to Big Ed? Oh, man. Okay. I am clearly behind on my television. I haven't even watched The Boys yet. I know, right? Okay. So, boom. Batman. This is actually really cool. Let me actually show you this one. So, I've got the Batman with the hood off. Like it's got the separate hood. It does go on, but I told you it looked weird. But now there's this one. It's not even an exact replica. Look at this. This one has more gold showing. That is so frustrating. DC Multiverse, you suck. Like these are supposed to be exact replicas of each other. Whatever. I'll make them look more similar. I will make them look more similar with a little bit of gold stuff. God, DC Multiverse sucked. No wonder they went out of business. Freaking morons. Anyway, so yeah, I'll put some more gold on this one. Anyway, boom. So I should like that a lot more than I do. Okay, and then the last piece that I gotten so far. Oh wait, here's Aquaman here. Oh, the last piece here was actually the gargoyle. Sorry, Aquaman is over here. That thing was open and was showing. So anyway, Aquaman is here. The gargoyle, which has the front of the gun there. So anyway, Let's pop this puppy open. Get that last piece out after I get out the Nightmare Batman. He comes with his goggles that actually wrap around his head. Very cool. Digging on that. He comes with 3 of these batarangs. The batarangs are weird because they are folded, you know? Really small. My fingers are not as dexterous as they used to be. When I was younger and used to be able to play guitar a lot better, this would have been nothing. Okay, it's really weird. Anyway, it comes with 3 of the little batarangs, and you can see that they're all folded. I don't know if that would help in the throwing of them. That's really weird. But whatever, that's what Zack Snyder decided to do. Have folding batarangs. I did that on purpose. Okay, here's the big piece. I'm going to attach that in a moment. But first, let me pull out the second version of the Nightmare Batman that I have. So, yay, Nightmare Batman. He's having a nightmare of the future for some reason. Nobody actually knows why he was having that nightmare. Oh, maybe they'll explain it in the Justice League movie. I kind of wish that Zack would be allowed to finish his whole Justice League trilogy, just to see if all of the movies actually make sense, you know? They're not going to be good superhero movies. I'm probably never going to acknowledge that, but it is what it is. Oh, sorry. So to show you, see there's 2 parts down there. This one didn't click in. I kind of want it to click in. Oh, it did, finally. And then this part just sits in the front. Boo! So it looks like it's shooting. Oh, look, 3D effects. Pew! Got your red and blue plastic glasses on. So anyway, boom, that's it. So there's another piece from Wonder Woman that'll come over here. Actually, I should show it to you this way. Another piece from Wonder Woman that'll attach down here and come out some more to balance it. And then another piece that comes up from that somewhere up here. It apparently doesn't matter where it goes. It just kind of leans on it so that it can actually stand still, because this absolutely does not stand. This will not stand. I could not stand this thing to save my life, which is frustrating. It's all right. I'll find something to actually prop over there, and you know what I'm going to do? I think I can have him stand. Look at that. Stan is holding him up. My one pop figure that I have. My one pop figure that I own. Stan Lee is going to hold up the Bat Grapnel Blaster. And anyway, here's the other part here. So if I were to get the 2 pieces from the Aquaman parts, I could put 2 extra of these guys that are actually closed in there, and boop boop, it'll look like it's got extras. So I'm gonna move Stan over here. Hey Stan, you're awesome. You know that, right? And put this guy over here. Boop. Bat Grapnel Blaster. No complaints. That is awesome. Okay, got some more toys to open. I'll actually open only one of them for now, and then we'll do some comic book reviews. So I got one more of the tech decks. Now, I only got this whole entire thing because I wanted this. The extra wheels are nice also, but I really wanted this. It looks like the little toolbit, zzz, 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 you know, the little air drill, the pneumatic drill. As long as I hook a little wire up to it, looks like a little pneumatic drill. So that's great for all my little 6-inch figures. It will actually look epically freaking awesome with it. So I don't actually know what this other stuff is here. I guess these are just like, what, stickers or something? I don't even think you're supposed to do anything with these. I have no idea what these stupid things are. No clue what these stupid things are. But anyway, there's the The board itself, I don't even know what it's supposed to say. That's Brazil, whatever it is, FOP, Luam. It's a Brazilian flag, so there's that. And these four, whoa, what are you? The hell are you? Oh, this is interesting. So I guess this holds the board or something? Should be able to do it that way. Oh, look at that. It'll actually hold the board up. Okay, that's actually cool if I was going to, like, have a display of boards. That's cool. It actually stands. I can actually show it to you over here. That focuses in for you guys enough. It actually stands so it'll actually display the board. That's cool. I can actually make a couple of these. Nice. I like that. I genuinely do. Again, I really got it just for this, the little miniature pneumatic drill. So that's awesome. I love the little accessories for my 6-inch figures. Okay, and it also comes with these 4 wheels. Let me put those 3 down. I'll show you the one. Comes with the little wheels there. So, boom! And again, I don't know what the hell these things are for. I don't know if I'm supposed to save them. I don't know what these. If I have like a skate shop or something like that in my, I guess if I were to make a skate shop. So you know what? I'll save it, whatever. I use it, I don't use it, I don't care. Okay, so I'm going to open up the other 7 toys in a hot moment. It's a collection. First, let's talk about some new comic books that came out. So this one I didn't actually read. I just flipped through recently because I really wasn't into it. I even the first page, I just kind of thumbed through the whole book. It's a giant size book, the Marvel Zombies Resurrection issue #1. They are going to make an issue #2. They actually display that proudly in the back. I'm not showing you a spoiler by showing you this. They are going to make part 2. Boom. So that's cool. Nightcrawler's going to be there. He's demonic. He's going up against Spider-Man along with Psylocke. So those two are going after Spider-Man. Peter seems to be the main character, and this is cool because they actually put him in the front. But there's a couple characters in here, and it almost looks like it's going to be the 92 Spider-Man team teaming up to try and go after these guys, which I'm not going to complain about. So that's kind of cool. I am going to read this. I just haven't been in the mood to read it because it's Marvel Zombies, and to me, Marvel Zombies have never been good. So it's like trying to get too much energy up to try and read it. Hey, what's up, Crom Mox you? Rich Silva. Next Saturday for DC Fandom Part 2? Yeah, the 12th of September. Really looking forward to it. Being on demand rather than live, I like it. On demand. But it's still going to be free, though, right, Bolts fan? I'm hoping. Save Laurel. You nervous for Captain Marvel? Bolts fan, dang, you know the panels are after 2. Haven't seen the lineup yet. Iswanki. Haven't read any books yet. Probably going to read Batman 98 first. The Batman stuff is great, and in my review I mentioned it was probably the best Batman issue I've read in a decade. Okay, so I did read Miles Morales Spider-Man issue #18, which is the real Outlawed book. I know Outlawed issue 1 came out and that gave the premise for everything. I haven't seen Outlawed being advertised or shown or done anything with in any other comic book except Miles Morales Spider-Man. There was the 1 or 2 issues of Riri Williams, which I think barely counted. I almost felt like they counted more towards the Iron Man 2020 than anything else. Actually, I think they were Iron Man 2020. Whatever it was, I don't care because it just, whatever. Outlawed is the only thing that's really, Miles Morales Spider-Man is the only book that's really showing Outlawed. So this was a good book. Oh, also, I forgot to mention Philip Kennedy Johnson did Marvel Zombies Resurrection. He's the guy who did the 3 issues, the 3 ancillary issues of Captain America, where I said this guy can write Captain America any day. As far as I'm concerned, get that whole team on a Captain America book. Highly support the idea of that. So if I would have realized that Philip Kennedy Johnson did this, I saw Johnson on the front. I was like, Johnson who? Johnson and Johnson? If I would have made the connection in my head, I would have just said, oh, well, I think I should read this then. But anyway, there's that. Free for 24 hours. Choose the panel you want to see when you want. Oh, free for 24 hours. They're really going to try and make money off of this nonsense? Yo. So anyway, Saladin Ahmed is the writer of this issue. Carmen Carnero on pencils, David Curiel on colors, VC's Corey Petit doing the letters, Javier Guerrero and David Curiel do the cover, and there's a variant cover of Baby Morales, by Raza. Okay, so this was actually pretty good from beginning to end because it just starts off with, oh, whatever, yeah, there's like stuff, and there's stuff. There's that copycat Spider-Man in the previous issue, and Miles has to fight him, and the thing isn't talking, and he's overpowering it, but it keeps on learning, and it keeps on mimicking and getting better, and it's like, is this a Mazo? Is this the awesome android? What the hell am I seeing here? And like he's doing a great job. He's kicking its butt at first, but it keeps learning from him and mimicking him, and it starts being equal to him or getting closer to being equal with him. Meanwhile, his father, his parents, they're back at well, he's actually at his house, and somebody blows up the house. It turns out the Miles guy comes back, the evil version of him comes back. So it blows up the front of his apartment. His parents are out, and all of a sudden that Cradle team shows up. That's actually on the next page. They get surrounded by Cradle. It's like, what? I'm not going to show you anything else that happens in the comic book because it's definitely going to be spoilers. But when you get to the last page, when you get to the second from the last page, you're going to know what's going to happen on the next page. All right? When you actually get to the final page and you're just like, no, no, no. When you look at the last page, you're like, no! That is why comic books were made. I'm telling you, man, people sit there and they get all sorts of, like, oh, this was a pretty good comic book. If it's a mediocre comic book, or people getting pissed off about this, that, the other thing. Nah. People can still write good stories, good comic book stories. They can. They just got to be really good at what they do. Saladin Ahmed is just one of those guys. He's pretty much always been good at what he does. Mother Twitcher? Hey, you're a mother Twitcher. Yeah, I put Twitcher on there. I think next week I'm going to put Twitcher-er and then Twitchiest. I might even put like Twitcher toes or something like that. Just have some fun with it, whatever. Outlaw to be shown in the Magnificent Miss Marvel issue number 14 next week. Oh, well, then I might just have to check that out. I know you dropped the series. What's good? Yeah. Well, no, this is one of the reasons why I like when they do events like this. It's not a big thing. It's a very small event. This could be a huge thing. I mean, this feels like it should be a really huge thing, right? Why are the big events like, this is boring, but the little events are like, oh my God, I need more. I guess that's better, But this is one of the reasons why I like these small crossover events, not just throwing in tie-ins. No. I need the crossovers because that's going to make me pick up a comic book that maybe I never read before, or maybe I dropped, or I just wasn't on this book. That's what's going to make me say, oh, hey, this was pretty good. I guess that after this is over, I'll stick with the series. That's what gets more people to jump on comic books. Unless you suck at your job, in which case, this book sucks. I'll never read this. We'll see. Okay, let's get talking about issue number 23 of Fantastic Four. This is the variant cover. I remember the thing that I wanted to say last week for the previous issue that I didn't say was that somebody was mentioning at least they didn't show up in these suits for, the 2 issues ago. And then the previous issue, they did put on the suits. So I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to reveal spoilers, but in this issue, since it's already been done, yeah, they put on the suits last issue. And it's like, oh, why? Why did you put on these stupid suits? These don't look good. On Wolverine and Spider-Man, these don't look good. Stop it. I like Spider-Man in the paper bag. Remember the brown paper bag? It looked like he was an upside down bottle of liquor. Just put the brown paper bag over his head. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now I'm just like, no, go back to that. Don't do this. So this issue is called War Games. Dan Slott is the writer. Paco Medina on art. Jesus Abertov doing the colors. VC's Joe Caramagna on letters. Nick Bradshaw and John Rausch doing the cover, and there's a variant cover by Alex Ross. Would that be this one? This barely looks like an Alex Ross, right? Like, what am I looking at? This doesn't look like an Alex Ross issue. So, is there another variant cover out there? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, boom. That's apparently a thing. So I don't see his signature anywhere. Apparently, it's supposed to be Alex Ross. So anyway, there's all this stuff with the Katati and blah 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 and whatever. And it's like at the end, the priests of Pama who have been loyal to the Katati. Like the only thing this issue really did for me was make me hate this event even more, because like I said, the priests of Pama were there. These are the human priests that were in the Vietnamese temple. Uh, these were the priests of Pama that kind of worshipped, kind of whatever, exonerate whatever for the Katati. Now that the Katati turned evil, these guys were like, yeah, we've got plant-based powers and we're going to kick butt and we're going to hurt people in the name of the Katati. Well, Koi just kind of looks at these guys and is like, hey, priests of Pama, you guys are pretty cool, but you're still human. So I'm going to make you all trees now. And they're all like, no! And it's like, wow, that sucks. And that's pretty much all that happens here. That's really all that there's not much else that happens. I was not a fan of this book. Again, this only made me hate the event even more. It's like, yeah, your reward for loyalty is that I'm going to make you suffer for 10 times what you thought you were going to live. And not cool. Not really a fan of that. Not really a fan of that at all. It says the end, and yeah, it's the end for me because I'm not going to continue with this run of Fantastic Four. I will kindly wait for Slott to do a better job or to go away and let Mr. Zardosky jump in and start doing this. I've been hoping Zardosky would be on this forever. One more book that I haven't read yet, well, I haven't done a review for yet. I'm going to do it here. Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 6. I did want to do a review for this because I want to try and propagate the artist, not just in this one, but also in the what do you call it? In another one, there's Jesus Avertov I mentioned. I like his colors also. I love his pencils. Like, geez, Federico Blee is one of those guys that should be doing pencils also, but he's only hired for colors for now. So anyway, he did this and he does a freaking amazing, awesome job. Unfortunately, it's the story. It's more of an interrupter. Let's get talking about who made the comic book really quick. Al Ewing does the script. Marcio Takara does the art. The colors are by Federico Blee. VC's Corey Petit does the letters. Raphael Albuquerque does the cover. Anthony Gambino on design. So anyway, this is one of those things where it's like you got the two different teams and Moondragon's on both teams because it's two different versions of Moondragon. Not cool. But this is an issue. It's kind of like a Tom King issue because Nova is in therapy. This whole book was just reminiscing over stuff, and there's stuff happening while he's reminiscing and in therapy, and there's like a therapy session and stuff happens, and like the art is beautiful. There's a page where they have like 4 different scenes of classic Richie Rider Nova poses, which I'm just like, oh man, this whole page just brings back dozens of memories of really good Nova issues. This unfortunately was more of an homage to them than anything else. Like, case in point, like some of the images of Richie Rider, like, my God, this was just such an amazing character. And in the end, I'm going to tell you the end because it's not really much of a spoiler. This book was just an interrupter. This book was it was like a transitional issue. It's basically he's out in space and he's talking to Rocket over the radio, Rocket Raccoon, and he's like, "Hey, check out Earth." He's like, "Oh, what happened? Oh my God, this is there's been a big Kree Skrull war. Yeah, look who they're against. Oh, they're against the Katati. Oh no, this is really bad. Look who the bad guys actually were. Wait a second, the Kree Skrull alliance was actually to defend Earth against the Katati. Well, that's weird. Yeah, hey, guess what else is gonna happen?" And it's just like it's almost like Bendis speak back and forth. This is probably the worst issue of a comic book I've ever read by Al Ewing. Like I hated the dialogue in this. I hated everything that had to do with the writing in this. And like I love Mr. Ewing. The guy's amazing. I don't know why this guy. Sometimes the guys at Marvel would be like, "Hey, something bad happened," or in comic books, period. "Hey, something bad happened. I need you to write a filler issue." It's like, how much time do I have? It's like you got till the end of the day. It's like it's 5 o'clock now. You know what I'm saying? It's 5 p.m. now. So and that's what this issue feels like. It is just such an obvious, painstakingly like wedged in filler issue that it's just it crushes my soul. And obviously it couldn't be a last minute thing because there's no way that you knock out this beautiful art in just a couple of seconds. It's the same team that's been working on the book. Like if you got like, surprise, extra couple of artists, were pulled in really quick because we needed this comic book out, then I would believe that. But I don't know what this is. It felt like the writing was just kind of wedged in because we needed this really quick. Kind of weird, but it is what it is. What's up, history? How you doing? Sorry, professor. Had this urge. Oh, I'm still there. Oh, so no more words. No more words for the professor. That is fine. Maybe I didn't want to talk to you all anyway. But you're gonna want to see these new toys I got because check this out. There's a whole new wave of Spider-Man 1992 stuff that just came out. Coincidence? I think not. It's not a quinky dink. I remember Corey. History is like your middle name. So this is Matt Murdock as Daredevil. This is a suit that he wore in the TV show. Whatever, it's in my opinion, it's a stupid suit, but I might use it for whatever. What I'm really interested in is the head. I could have just used a Cyclops head. You know what I'm saying? But still, it's one extra head that I can use for either of these two characters. So you better believe I was buying this. Anyway, let's pop this guy open. I am not one of those people who cares about saving the box on these books. So there are 6 issues in this sized wave, but technically there's a secret 7th character in this wave, and I've got him. So I got 7 toys to show you. This is the first of those 7. Let me pop this puppy open. You guys are in for a treat. So again, boom, really just wanted this head. All I really wanted here was this head. Boom. Let's see if I can make it the same size as my head. Look at that. I'm Matt Murdock. I thought it was funny. He's got his 2 billy clubs, his batons. It's a stupid thing where they like fold in together. I'm gonna have to paint this for them to even look good. Realistically, I just think that this sucks. The Moon Knight, the Walgreens exclusive Moon Knight that came out has the best staff because it's actually a long staff. This is the same nonsense they did for the previous Daredevil stuff and for Mockingbird and anybody else who has these batons. For the most part, they did that. So this is stupid. It's stupid. I don't care about this. There's the Matt Murdock himself. I know this is not actually his Shadowland outfit, but I'm going to pretend that this is his Shadowland outfit. This is more of the 1992 cartoon version. Like you see the billy clubs are actually attached to the back there. So even if he's got them in his hands, whatever, but he's got fists here, right? So he can't actually hold them. Well, it actually comes with an extra pair of hands that open with a kung fu grip. Remember, G.I. Joe made those famous with 3.75-inch figures. And it's got extra bracers there that do not have the billy club attached. So there's that. Let me pull these out. I'm going to have to get a plastic bag to put all of these guys in because I don't want to lose any of these. Picking up the bean sprouts, bop them on the head, and then, like I said, the 2 hands. Now, I do like the chrome on here. It's going to be hard doing the lighting for using these figures. Like I said, I'll probably use this for his Shadowland version. He's got the horns in the front. Are they sharp? They're not sharp, but they could poke you. They're pretty solid. Typical articulation and everything with this guy is what it is. It's a good figure. These are good figures. You know what? I'll do the articulation with this guy so that I don't really have to do them with any of the others for the most part. Boom. That's front. This is back. So you can see I'm actually keeping this straight. Like I'm trying to keep this as straight as I can, the torso. So you can see the legs go back a little tiny bit. Not really. Legs go forward like that. They go sideways to make a full split. He's got these shoulder things that are actually attached to the arm, not the shoulder. So it's easier for him to flip his arm around. So that's good. But it still gets in the way of him lifting his shoulders up. So he can't lift his arms. He could if these things weren't there. Anyway, he's got double jointed elbows, as should be expected. Even with just one of them working, that's how far it goes. So you don't need both of them, but still, he could do a good, block with his billy clubs like that. The head will, of course, remove in order to put the new one on. There's the all the way up and the all the way down. It is on, so that's actually a joint, but it is also on a ball joint. It is just also on a ball so that he can actually do head tilt, which is, I love the head tilt. He, of course, does that. He's got an ab crunch that goes forward like this and backwards like that. Not too far, but I would like him to have one more click forward. Excuse me, backwards. I would like him to have one more click backwards. Anyway, he can do that. Not quite kicking his own butt. And he's got the typical, totally awesome ball joint on his foot, so he can do pretty much whatever you need him to do, plus the regular action. Boom! 90 Spider-Man line for Marvel Legends looks good. It is actually pretty good. Do you have an Electra, Bill? Yes, this line doesn't come with an Electra, but I do have the regular red Electra. I don't have the cool one that came with the Netflix set. That's the one that came with the Build-A-Figure for Swamp Thing. I have the Swamp Thing Build-A-Figure, but I bought it separately. I've got the Blade figure from there. I don't have the Bullseye. I don't have the Daredevil. I have the Punisher. I do have that one. And I don't have the Electra, the Elodie Young. She's the character who played Electra in the TV series, the Netflix series. So there's that. I do, however, have Electro. I do have Electro. So this is the first Electro figure that I actually own. I never got the actually, no, it's not true. I do have the stupid movie version from Amazing Spider-Man 2, the one that Jamie Foxx played. Worst role he's ever played in his life. He should have seen the costume and just been like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not, I'm not gonna be in this movie. My contract specifically says my costume can't be booty, and that is a booty costume. So anyway, he's got the two hands that have the electricity on it. I don't care about these. I will probably never use these. Watch, I'll wind up using these, but I'll probably, for the most part, never use these. If anything, I'll probably take the probably find a way to cut these things off because I would rather use special effects. I actually know how to do special effects with my software, so there's that. So I do have the other Electro. I also have the previous Electro that looks like this. Also came with another head that's just the regular head, but it's bald and it's got the blue streaks over top of it. Even though I never owned that Electro, I do own that Electro head. There was a bag of heads being sold on eBay, and I was like, I'll take that. Came with J. Jonah Jameson and everything. So like, I will take that. So boom, I got that. It came with the Spider-Man with his mask half off. I think it was from the Pizza Spider-Man. That was a great deal. I saw that and I'm the guy who jumped on that and was like, yes. And it's a great, great purchase. So anyway, here's Electro. Like I said, the first Electro figure that I actually owned. He is an amazing character, super duper strong, just dumber than a bag of hammers, you know? So yeah, great figure. I am super happy to finally own an actual Electro, not that stupid Amazing Spider-Man 2 version. Yeah, this guy is cool as just cool as hell, man. I love this. Absolutely love this figure. I will be putting this guy to good use. Real good use. He will be Fighting the bad guys. Fighting the bad guys. Oh, did you guys notice that I did my I put it on Instagram. I put my Alpha Flight set up here. You know what I should do? I need to complete the Alpha Flight. So let me do this really quick. Now it's complete because this is the box. Anybody who likes Alpha Flight knows that's a funny joke. So anyway, I got Shaman down there hanging out with the cuckoos, but all the Alpha Flight's up there. Puck is on top of Sasquatch, and the Bublers are there. Jamie and Heather Hudson are on either side looking away from each other because they don't like each other for the most part. And Snowbird with this little wolf that I should probably paint white. It's mostly white. But anyway, here's one that people were going crazy trying to get. The Green Goblin, because it comes with an actual sled and it comes with a Norman Osborn head. That's kind of important. So you get a business suit character, which there are plenty of them, and then put this head on top. Should look like Norman Osborn in control of Hammer. So of all the figures that people are trying to get their hands on, yeah, this is the one that people are really, well, one of the two that people are really trying to get their hands on. Me, I've already got a Green Goblin figure. I'm not upset to get another one. This has a different face, a different expression for the head. So always happy to get a different expression. The more expressions, the more heads that I can get with different expressions, the better I feel. You get some of these questions, comments. I only have the Space Venom Electro. Oh, no, that's a good one. That's a really good. That's the one that came with the extra head. Back. Have you enjoyed how Empire has gone despite the questionable choice? No, I didn't. You pose Green Goblin holding the mask with Norman's head on the body. Can you? Pose Green Goblin holding the mask with Norman's head on the body. It's not going to look the same, but I guess you can by holding on to the back piece there. So that, okay, nice. That is actually kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Also, I can actually make. I'm fairly creative. I can actually make a mask, a Green Goblin mask, like out of cloth, and I think that'll look really dope. So put this back in. Okay, so Green Goblin, actual loose bag over here where he'll keep all of his pumpkin bombs. They don't, and his batarangs, razor rings. You know what? It would be nice if they actually came with razor rings, but you know what? I don't need to worry about that because where is he? There we go. The Batman figure that I just opened a little while ago actually has batarangs. They look close enough. Can he actually hold these in his hand? Not really, but I can slide one in between his fingers because look at his fingers. You can see me behind it. You can see the white behind them. The fingers are actually open. So that's actually really cool that you can do that. So I can slip one of these. Yep. Boom. He can hold a razor ring. It's a razor ring when he's holding them. So that is cool. That is super cool. Okay. Wow. I am very happy about that. The Batman that I got that came with the gas mask also, that was for the Suicide Squad pack. I was just looking at that yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. Anyway, and that also came with 3 of these things. So I can literally just keep those with this guy. That is awesome. Oh, hey, that's kind of cool. So he's got this thing here. The reason for that is because if you're going to pop off his head, I'm still dangerous. Then you want to pop this guy off also, and then put the Norman Osborn head on. You know what? The head is actually good. The most important part about the head is actually the hair with Norman Osborn, isn't it? Because you got that very distinct hair that Steve Ditko did that you're not going to be able to see it here. That stinks. But anyway, Get your purse back. Get your man sack back on there. Your man purse. So there's the. I don't like that. It's not very. Will you focus better? Focus on him. Will you do it? It's not a great focus. Guys, I think one of these days I'm going to get a better camera. And this is still a good this is still the camera that everybody recommends as far as price point, quality and price point combined. But I think that if I start focusing more on the quality and less on the price point, then I'll be satisfied. Yep, you can actually hold it. Boom. That's not bad. That's not bad. I like that. Good point there. Who is that? Atheist, you said that? Yep. Atheist 45. Okay. Yeah, so this is cool. It's a very, very, very cool figure. Of course, comes with this. This is the second Goblin glider that I own. Besides the one for Demogorgon or Demogoblin, and besides the one for Carnage, the red Goblin. There we go. Yep. So boom. You can also hold his pumpkins. Okay, that's cool. I'm digging that. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm glad they actually did they've been doing these so you can just slide the feet in just like, the real, in the comic books do, as opposed to pegs. They'd usually just get cheap and just do the pegs for the bottom of the feet. No, I like that they actually do this better. Would be nice if they filled it in on the bottom, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, right? Wait a second. I'm not a beggar. I'm a consumer. It would have been nice if they would have filled in the bottom. I'm saying. So let's open up the next piece. A regular Peter Parker in civilian clothes with a spider sense thing. Dude, and he's got a camera. Hello. This is what they used to say to us at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri when I was in AIT for truck driving school. Hello. Yes, I do it right. Hello, Bert. Who's Bert? Are you Ernie? They used to say that when they needed your attention and you did something stupid. I don't say that anymore. I should. It's part of my identity. Hello, Bert. Start saying that to my kids. So here's the camera. Bang. Nice. Here is the Spider Sense head. I like it. And here is the Peter Parker. Oh, please tell me this is a good thing. Please tell me this is a good thing. Get up there. Stay there, fool. You know what? Hold on. Sorry. Let me just get rid of this stupid container. Ha! Now I don't have to worry about you anymore. Okay. So here's I don't like the glasses because, they're super bright white. Like, what is this? Like, what is this? Night? I want to paint them green and pretend that they're night vision. But, boom. This will come off. But of course, when you look on the side, it's like you want to. I'm going to probably reach in there and paint the inside with a brown so that you don't see the inside of his shirt over there. But I like this. I like this a lot. Now, here's the big question. Do these glasses come off? And no, they do not politely come off. Now, what's cool is that you can see that he does have eyes underneath. So I can rip these off. So, but they're not going to come off nicely, are they? Okay. I may have to get another one of these just so I can rip the head off and have a head that has no glasses on, because that's kind of part of what he does. Also, I may take those glasses and pop out the, I can't pop them out, and cut out the things there and see if I can actually put like plastic wrap, or not even plastic wrap, but like the cover to these shells, the clam shells. See if I can put that inside so that there's an actual reflection. That's going to be really hard to do. And again, I don't know if my manual dexterity is the same that it used to be, but it's worth trying if I've got an extra pair of these glasses. I think it's going to be worth trying. Because if they look that good, then boom. Yeah, this is a cool figure. This is a very cool figure. I love, like, if I'm telling my stories, I want to make sure that I have plain clothes people. So this regular bomber jacket. The only thing, you know what? And if I do get a second one, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some like little fur to put around on the inside of the top of this jacket and maybe a little bit on the inside just to down here. And then all of a sudden I've got a bomber jacket for Hal Jordan. Boom, Green Lantern with his secret identity. Boom, digging on that. Definitely digging on that. So, boom, there's a Peter Parker. Okay, two more figures to open. I got these at 3 different stores. So I've got something very cool to show you guys. I did not get this Spider-Man because it's just a retro Spider-Man and I didn't care about him. And I remembered that I didn't care about him. But you know what I did get? I got another one of these. So guess what? I forgot that I'd gotten 2 of these. And I'm like, I see 6. Did I get all 6? I don't remember getting. I had to go to 3 different Walmarts in order to find these. Oh, the first one I just found the Daredevil, and then second one I found this and another one. I think the Electro, this and Electro. No, this Electro and Green Goblin. Boom. And then in the third store I found this and then the rest of them. So yeah, it's funny. Most of the people are looking for that retro Spider-Man. I don't care about the retro Spider-Man. He comes with like the regular um, eyes, and he also comes with one that's the eyes are a little bit squintier. I'm pretty sure I could recreate that, but whatever, whatever. If that's what people are interested in, that's what people are interested in. Anyway, so I've got this. I'm going to open this guy up and I'm going to get ready to do all that good stuff with him because yes. So you know what? I've got a project to do. Well, it's got to be tomorrow because I got the podcast tonight with Chillmonger. Wow, I just cut into my freaking drawer. Yeah, I have to fix that. I'm actually planning on getting a new computer desk in here. I'm too tall for this one. Oh, that is so awesome. That is a totally cool mistake because hells yes. I am making a bomber jacket and I'm also going to rip off the you know what? Let me rip off the head right now. Yeah, let me you know what else I could do? Check it out. So since I've got 2 of these heads, I can actually make the eyes on one of them a little bit smaller. I can make the eyes on one of them just a little bit smaller. So it's more like he's going, like that, right? So when you got the little spider sense effect showing, that's what I'm going to wind up doing. Okay, so let me take off I'll leave these ones on because they're on. Let me investigate. Okay, these ones are actually on a little bit tighter, but I don't know if you can see them or not. This one is actually, yeah, you can see it, is actually crooked. The other one is not. The crooked one, even though you're tighter, bud, you're coming off. So let me pop these suckers off. How do I pop them off? Let me get a smaller knife for this. Oh, must be bedtime because I hear crying. If the wife is putting them to bed, that would explain the crying. So do you pop out? Oh, he's crying because he wants ice cream. I bought some cookies and cream ice cream. There we go. I'm just going to cut the puppy off. Let me see what happens when I pull that off. Does this actually come out? No, there's actually a heavy amount of glue in there. Wow. Did not expect that. Okay, so so I got the glasses off. These could go back on, not a big deal. I can actually just squeeze these puppies back on. But now, so a little bit of brown paint, like a dab of brown paint in there on both sides. Like right now, you can't see anything, but anyway, boom, Peter Parker without, or I can actually use that for somebody else's head also, because it's a fairly normal looking head. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, and something else I can do. Check this out. So I've got the two cameras. One of them I'm actually going to do um, a little bit brighter, so that when I take a picture, like during the day, like during the night, you can see that you're taking a picture because I'm going to do the special effect, of the bright light, right? But during the day, that's when you're usually going to be taking pictures. I'll actually what do you call it? Do one of them like a little bit yellow on the front, so it looks like you're actually taking the exposure. So that is cool, man. That is, oh, I'm digging on that. I can actually, yeah, do that, and then the other one just do this like the three little lines on it, so it looks like it's actually, like that. That is awesome. Nice. Okay, got one more regular figure in this line to show you. Bang. Is it Gwen Stacy? Is it Mary Jane? I might consider getting another one of these just so I can paint the jacket, that little cardigan looking thing, so that I can actually have her so I can actually have both of them at the same time. And I think it'll look good. Heck, you know what I want? I want them to make a Betty Brant figure also. I'm saying. Let me. Okay, oh, I've been neglecting the chat. So, King, there's a king here. Hi, kings. Hello, kings. Green Goblin figure's dope. DC's Endless Winter in December. I only know what I'm going to be talking about in the podcast tonight. Well, which I'll be talking about tonight, but it'll be coming out tomorrow. Okay, so there's a little bit of this is a Trapper Keeper. That is funny. Here, let me go closer to the most controlled edge. There's a little plastic tag on here. Like when they finish the mold. So anyway, a little file binder or Trapper Keeper, whatever you want to call it. This way it's a Trapper Keeper. This way it's just a file binder or an art portfolio. Boom, looks beautiful. There's a rolled up Daily Bugle newspaper here. No complaints. Love it, love it, love it. And Midtown High School book. Actually says Midtown High School on it. That is kind of cool. Doesn't open or anything. That is awesome. So we've got this is perfect for me. It's got the Mary Jane head. Love it. The comic book accurate. Not the I've got the Zendaya one. I had the Spider-Man and Mary Jane 2-pack in my hand from Toys R Us. I think that was a Toys R Us exclusive a year ago, 2 years. I think it was like 2 years ago. Had it in my hand, and I'm just like, I should buy this, but money was a little bit tight. So it's like, I'll wait and I'll get it later. I never, ever, ever in my life saw it again. I'm like, damn, should have just swung for it. I knew money would always get better, right? But it's what happens. Okay, so you can apparently lift her dress. There's black underwear, not even underwear, there's black something under there covering most of her body. So I guess that's a good thing. There's a split up the side of her dress, which is just, that's why I even looked. I'm like, well, I guess it looks good to do that. There's the cardigan, which can come off if you do it properly, but you have to file all this down or just get new arms to put on there. Typical arms that always come with a female, this one here, but she does also have the Kung Fu grip hand here, which you barely ever see on the females. So no complaints. The Gwen Stacy head, it's got the hairband. Yeah, this is a very cool figure. Very cool. So again, I'm probably going to try and get another one of these just so I can have both of them at the same time. And then I'll just I could probably just repaint the dress. I don't even know what color I'd paint the dress. Maybe red to match her hair. Probably won't even have to paint the boots, but then I'll just paint this to be a different color also. Maybe like a yellow. I don't know. red and yellow. I don't know. Somebody, females in the chat, what would be good? A good new color for the dress and cardigan or jacket, whatever the hell this is jacket. What two colors would actually match for those? Because I would definitely want to paint this. Yes, I finally got these two figures. Let me see what she looks like with the Mary Jane head. Damn fun. Damn fun. Super happy about this. This is a seriously good find because these had actually all come out a week ago and I missed them. I missed them. I wasn't able to leave the house. So, does anyone have the subs set up yet? Does he have subs set? No, I don't have subs set up yet. You know what it is? I actually need to. There's a couple of things that you have to do apparently for Twitch. You have to like have what is it? You have to like stream for 8 hours at one point. You have to have like a certain. I meet the number of people in. I meet the number. I like. There's certain things that I meet, but certain things that I don't meet. I have to like fulfill a certain number of things, and then I'll be able to be an affiliate, and then I can actually, do it for subs. So maybe by next week. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Okay, so one more figure to show, and if you guys have anything you want to talk about, now's the time. Talk about use a drill bit to cut out the glasses. Yeah, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Is I'm thinking about actually getting a Dremel kit. They're only like $50 to $80, um, unless the Walmart one isn't good. In which case, I've never seen Harbor Freight up here. That's usually where I would get my stuff from. Harbor Freight. I wonder if they'll ship to here because that stuff always works perfectly. Here it'd be like there's the hassle of it doesn't work. Can I get a new one? I just want to do an even exchange, please. Thank you very much. Can I talk to your manager? Because you seem to be saying no. Like I don't hate that nonsense. For Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy, you have to get two of the same figure. Yeah, but I just do some painting. Hey, McKay. What's up, McKay? The stream is great. I thank you. Thank you very much. Please only use my streamer name. Oh, hey, streamer names only. Streamer names only. Okay, last figure. Last figure I'm opening up. Again, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about really quick, now's the time. Get them in now because I'm about to open this and then probably going to end the stream. Kabang! That's right. That's right. Y'all see I got the Kingpin up here, which is, I don't have the Kingpin, either the two, this is the Build-A-Figure that came with a whole bunch of the other stuff. It came with a whole bunch of other figures like Puma and stuff like that. So this is the whole Kingpin Build-A-Figure, except for the head. It came with two heads. Like one of the characters actually came with two heads. And I have the two heads. Excuse me. I have the two heads. But in this particular case, I removed the head because when you get the Professor X figure, which I have in my storage, you can get a Amar Farouk head when he's possessed by the Shadow King. I actually have two of those heads. One of them I'm going to paint skin colored so that I can actually have regular Amal Farouk, and then this one with the actual Shadow King, like he's creeping in from the astral plane, baby. But that's the regular Kingpin. That's whatever. But this is the cartoon accurate, and I think more comic book accurate version also of the Kingpin. You can see that he's actually got the purple pants. They're not striped like you could see. I think that they were. No, I guess they weren't. What the hell do I know? Anyway, it's the exact same mold and everything. But here you got a beaten up face that's open and angry, and then a regular face. So if this is the exact same mold neck bone part, then I've actually got four heads for the Kingpin at this point, plus the one Ahmad Farouk one with the Shadow King, and then another one which I'm going to. So that means 6 heads for this guy. Dude, 6 heads. I'm saying that Kane is the exact same Kane, except that this one is painted brown on the bottom, while that one is painted black. So let me pop this puppy open. I had to get this in EB Games because this is an EB Games exclusive up here in Canada. I walked in and they, yeah, you can see the thing on the back. I walked in and yeah, so you can see it's actually a part of the whole thing, but they don't show that over there. Anyway, I walked in and they had 4 of them. So a lot of the stores only did pre-orders, but I walked in and they had 4 of them on the shelves. So I'm like, yes. So I walked up and I was nice. It's like there's 4 of them and they're faced. So I grabbed one of the ones in the back and they were on the top shelf. I can reach them. One of the ones on the back and pulled it out so that they wouldn't have to reface these guys. And I was like, nice. And I held it and I kept on looking for, is there anything else here? I was actually looking, hoping they were going to have the new Apocalypse figure. I was not able to find the new Apocalypse figure yet. They only had pre-orders for that. But I've got the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse, but there's the Age of Apocalypse figure out now also, which I must get my hands on. Must get my hands on if I'm going to tell my Nightcrawler story properly, because I need because I'm going to use them as a ceremonial version of Apocalypse. Anyway, when I grabbed this, I just after I saw there wasn't anything else, I just had it in my hand. I had it in my hand, and I use recyclable bags also. I always keep recyclable bags. But I'm just like walking separate hands and I'm walking around the rest of the store to see what else they have. Just, boo, 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 anything else cool. And not too long after I walk away, there's these 2 women in there who I've never seen before in this store. There's the one guy who I know, and he knows me. And there's these 2 women who I've never seen before who work at the store, and they started flipping out. Kingpin, did you sell a Kingpin? We're missing a Kingpin. Did you sell a Kingpin? We're missing one of the Kingpins. They started like freaking out about it and whatnot. I'm just looking. I'm like, what? Are like, and I looked around like I'm the only person in the store other than that. It's like if you think that I stole something, at least have the balls to come over and ask me, hey, did you by chance grab one of the Kingpins? You know what I'm saying? Because if you did walk over and ask me that, or at least look at me, you'd see I had the damn thing in my hand. Like, people are weird, man. I guess that they're going to get a lot of theft at an EB Games and places like that. But wouldn't that just come from kids? Are there actually adults stealing this stuff? Because that's like I'm 45 years old, man. Like, come on, dude. No disrespect to people who are gainfully employed, but I make a little more than somebody who works at an EB Games. I'm saying, I'm 45 years old. I should, right? I should, and I do. So, not going to mention life choices. I am going to, however, mention, like just right away freaking out. Somebody was by the thing and a Kingpin is missing. Like, are you trying to? I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. It was a little bit embarrassing. A little bit embarrassing, but whatever. Anyway, so here is the stick. Boom. It's a little bit bent. That will just bend into place. You don't need hot water for that or anything. Just be willing to play with your toys a little bit, and then boom, you'll be fine. Oh, a little bit of paint malfunction there. You can see it if you know what you're looking for. Right there, there's a little gold fleck that came down from the paint. I will see if I can scrape that off with just my fingernail. You know what? I can feel it, so I bet you I can. But I'm just gonna. I was planning on getting a brown color match anyway. So for the Peter Parker, the inside of the jacket. So I will just do that, and I'll paint over that. It's a little annoying, but it's not a big thing at all. So anyway, there's that, and then there's. Come on out. You know you want to come out. There's the regular head. He's just, hi, I am stern and stoic. Don't mess with me. Smythe! Alistair! Hey, are they going to make an Alistair Smythe figure? In the chair? Because that would be kind of cool. I want to see him with like the things coming out of his back and everything. And then the Kingpin himself. Let me put away this gigantic freaking thing. Look at this, the difference in the size of these 2 freaking boxes, man. Wow, I love that. Like, these are the 1/12 inch scale. So they're not all going to be exactly 6 inches. And clearly, Kingpin is just a little bit taller than Mary Jane here. You know what I'm saying? And you know who's really going to count here? Spider-Man? No. Daredevil. So, yeah, this is going to be an awesome matchup. Like an extra version of him. One of the reasons why I love this so much is because, again, I do have the original Build-A-Figure version of him, but now I've also got this version. So it's technically a change of suits for the Kingpin. Boom! That's how the beautiful storytelling comes in. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them wearing the same clothes all the time. So bang, he's got the purple pants instead of the white pants. He's got the cumber. What is that? Curmudgeon, I think that's called. What is that called? I forget what that's called. With it's like a scarf with it comes over top like that. Shoot, there's actually a word for that. I think it's not curmuffin, but it's courage muffin. It's something that to that effect, though. Anyway, and he's got the orange vest. Cool, because white vest, but the black. It's actually a collar. He's actually got a black shirt collar. You know, collared black shirt. And this actually, there's no collar that you can see. It's just that thing. So boom, he's got the little red handkerchief coming out. Black one on that one. The buttons are gold on his shirt, on his vest there. Here, they're black. Everything else, though, and then he's got the beaten up face. You can see the black eye, cuts and scrapes on his face on this particular one. And, yep, pretty much the same build. I love that the jacket can actually open up like that. This is a gorgeous figure. I knew I had to get this. I left the house specifically to get this figure. Specifically to get my hands on this figure because this is just an awesome figure, man. So yeah, I am super happy about this. No complaints. He's got the same exact hands, a balled up fist over here and the open, the kung fu grip here, exactly like that one, which that's a little frustrating. It would be nice if he had different hands. Probably not the most important thing. He's going to want to bang his desk here. Boom! You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's got the ring on here. He has a ring on there. Oh, yep. Same exact thing. He's got a ring on his pinky finger. It's looks like the exact same ring, exact same colors too. Gold with a ruby, I guess, in the beginning. So whatever. I'm not going to complain about that. It is what it is. So, boom. Yeah, I'm super happy. So let me read some chat, and then I will boogie out of here. Also, anybody who came in late, almost completely finished with my bat blaster, my bat grapnel blaster. I got the bottom piece here. And I got this piece here. So the Wonder Woman piece would be nice. That's going to come out. I could just, again, rebuild it or just keep using my Stan Lee pop figurehead. And then the little stick. So the jutting out part and the transparent stick that comes with Wonder Woman. And also right here, the two ammunition recharge parts, for up here that come with Aquaman. If I can find them on the cheap, I will get them. If not, it's seriously not the most important thing in my life. It doesn't even, it barely even qualifies for being on the agenda. Okay. What's your favorite cover of the week? Shoot, people ask me that and I don't think about that. Oh, you know what comic book I got and I didn't read or review yet? I forgot about Hellblazer. I haven't even read this yet. Oh, crap. But this would probably have to be my favorite cover. What else is there? There's the Batman. There's was this Dale Eaglesham who did this cover? I forget. Deceased Dead Planet. There's a bunch of us did this. We wound up grabbing the second edition of Venom. I actually already had the first edition. I'm gonna go back and see if I'm sure he'll say yes. I got to go back and see if Carlos is willing to accept this back. Excuse me. I think this is a Bogdanovic cover. I think it is. Otherwise, it's Cooter. There's the Avengers. There's the Empire. There's the Black Widow. Cable, Inkblot. Inkblot was actually a nice cover. It's always funny, you know, you always get like dumb people who show up. This is gonna go up on my I'm gonna do another video one of these days, hopefully soon, of the Professor Bill reads the comment section. Some people doing good comments and other people just being jerks. So I did this and some guy with like 50 subs. He's got like 4 or 6 views. I was one of them. He reviewed this comic book. And he's just like, I think that you don't read enough independent comic book. I don't think that you read independent comic books. You just read superhero books. That's why you didn't like this. Next review that I put out was this. Like, there are people who talk without thinking, and that was one of them. And it's always frustrating to see. So I will be making fun of him. Hey, you make it, and he said other things too, which was just like, you make an accusation against me. It's cool, man, but understand I'm going to monetize. You know, you're being mean. So it is what it is. So, Professor, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Spider-Man issue number what is it, 49? I think it's supposed to be issue number 49, right? 850. Legacy number 850. They're gonna bring back the Green Goblin. It's like you already told me what's gonna happen in the comic book. Unless you hit me with something else cool too, then yeah. I like Nick Spencer. I'm usually very happy with what Nick Spencer does. So there's that. But as far as like extra excitement, it's going to be, to the best of my understanding, it's going to be a regular sized issue that's also going to have another story in there in order to make it bigger for them to justify the extra $1 or $2 charge that they're going to do. It's like, I guess it's like making us pay extra, you know, whatever. If that's what they need to do. Did you tell them you were a black belt? Who did I have to tell that I was a black belt? I've got 2 black belts and a third one that's actually third Dan. So I'm a third degree black belt plus 2 regular black belts. I'm confused as hell. Did they work there? Yeah, they did because I guess after they recognized that I still had it in my hand, they must have seen that I had it in my hand, or the guy told them, you know, the guy that I know, he's a kid, you know what I'm saying? He's like 24 years old at best, maybe 22, whatever. And he must have said something. I couldn't hear them, you know, the kid talking, but like these 2 older women, whatever. And by older, I mean like they're my age, but just didn't age as well, apparently. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, like, some people age well, some people don't. I have a lot of my friends who are just, you know, super mad, like, how do you still have hair? I was like, dude, I don't even have a bald spot. I'm really lucky in that regard, you know. They're just like, I hate you so much. I'm like, but anyway, um, these women just whatever. And when they left, they didn't leave out the front door because this was actually in a mall. This was in the Erin Mills Mall here in Mississauga. They went into the back room, like the employees' room. So like the back room where all the storage stuff is. So they evidently worked there. It's like, well, that was weird. Like if your first reaction is to freak out, like there's only one person in the store. Even if it's a kid and you think maybe this kid stole, you don't need to freak out. Go over and be like, hey, a thing just missing over there. I'm about to go and check my cameras, but I don't really want to have to stop the cameras because if I do, then right away the front office starts to get a little bit freaked out. This is stuff I used to do when I used to work retail back when I was a kid. You know, the front office notices every time I stop the cameras, so they're going to want to check the time, and then they're going to go back and they're going to look. So, you know, if somebody like if something's missing, they're going to call the police, whether it's on us or somebody. Like if they see that somebody, stole something, like, whatever. So, like, did you by chance see a thing over there? A kingpin figure, just whatever. Like there were ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? And uh, yeah, it's frustrating. It was just, like it was one of those things where it's like I was a little bit embarrassed, but the only 2 people that mattered was me and my buddy. It's not my friend. He's not like my friend or anything. It's just, I don't even know his name, but like I bought things from him before, so like it was a little bit embarrassing. There was nobody else in the store. It was just the matter that they thought that somehow I might have stolen something, which is just there was a kid. I was in Toys R Us the one time. This right before Chris, so it was during the Christmas season, and my wife was using the car. So I was actually my wife was using the car, and she had the kids, and I was just taking the bus. So I was taking public transportation, and I went up to the mall, and then I went to a side store, and then I went to a strip mall that has a Toys R Us in it. And I already had like a bunch of bags. I'm carrying them. They're full of toys. They're full of toys. There was also a thing of chips. That was for me. Sometimes you gotta pamper yourself, right? Anyways, it was for the most part, it was all toys. It's for Christmas, right? I'm coming back, and the last store I went to was the Toys R Us. So I put all my bags and stuff, and these guys, like, they see me. I'm a grown up. I, like, maybe they were grown ups who steal. I don't know, but like, I'm a grown up, and I'm walking through the store, and I got my bags there, and then I got the top part open, so I can put my the purchase that I'm gonna make, and I got like 8 things. One is like 6 things, whatever. But one of the things was $100 crane. It was in a gigantic freaking box. And I come walking up, and I'm just like, hey, so I'm getting this and this and this and boom, 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 boom. It's like, can I see what's in your bags? The bags are actually spilling over, so you can kind of already see what's in the bags. I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, I need to see what's in your bags. I'm like, okay. It was a kid. This 16, 17, maybe. There's no way he was even 18 years old. So I was like, sure. So I pulled the straps open on one of the bags, and I lean it down. And you can right away see like EB Games tags, toys, toys, toys tag. You can see the whatever the labels, the price. Like for EB Games, they got these stupid stickers on it that say the price and the name of the store and stuff like that. The UPC stickers, so you can see these labels all over them, and it's like, hi. So he's just like, okay, cool. I was like, it's only one bag. I've got like 5 bags. You want to see one of the other bags? You want to see all the other bags? He's like, no, no, that's cool. And he's trying to act like he was in control. No, I was in control the whole time. So I was like, so now here's a question that I have for you. Are you allowed to ask to see inside my bags? And he's like, I actually don't even know. I'm like, let me give you a heads up. You're not. And you can feel free to ask one of your managers if you're allowed to, or one of your coworkers. But you're actually not allowed to do that. That's actually illegal, and a customer could sue the store for that. Now, I'm not here to sue the store. I'm not here to get you in trouble. There's probably just I've never seen you in the store before, so maybe you're just a temp. I don't know. I don't care. I do just want to let you know there may. Oh, and also I mentioned is like, and also you didn't say it loud enough that any of the other customers would have, heard. And it's like, that's when all of a sudden I'm getting embarrassed, and I got to be like, I need to talk to your manager, bud. I'm gonna have to pull a Ken on you. I need to talk to your manager because now your manager has to discipline you. No, he did it quietly enough that it wasn't embarrassing for me. Like, don't try and embarrass me. You try and embarrass me, I'm gonna have to show you who I am, So I was just like, I didn't put him on blast. I just let him know. It's like, um, and in order for you to do that, like, you'd actually have to call the police, and like, you could take my picture or show them movie reel or something like that. That's in America or in Canada. You're not actually allowed to ask me to show you what's in my bags. So just, it was in private. So I'm not like, mad at you. I am just saying there are people out there who are willing to sue, and this could actually, they will sue the store, and it will be your name that's on the police report. So like, you are looking at never being able to work for this company again. I'm saying, if that's not a big deal to you, cool. But yeah. So he's just like, oh yeah, I didn't even realize that. I'm sorry. I was like, don't be sorry. It's cool. You're young. They should have told you that. Your manager should have told you that. So that's on them, not on you. But anyway, talk to your managers about that. I'm like, all right, thanks, man. Sorry. I was like, it's cool. It's cool. Finished my transaction, and I left. Just I have to put anybody in blast. Just, it is what it is. Um, uh, Oh, is that what that like they were saying if I stole what am I gonna do? If somebody thinks that I stole something, I'm gonna like beat them up? Now I see what the black belt comment is. Um let's see. Dang, I think it might be too late to see if you had any stories to tell from your time in Saudi Arabia. Those are my favorite stories of yours. Let me think of something really quick. Cravat. Oh yeah, cravat. Thank you, Aunt Paulie, Auntie Paulie. Yes, that's a cravat. The thing that wraps around the kingpin thing. That's a cravat. I knew it was something like a kerfluffle. It's a cravat. Thank you. Ah, shows you. I'm like partially sophisticated, but not truly sophisticated. It's like I've seen sophisticated people before. I've heard some of their conversations before, but I'm not actually there. Um, that's funny. Nice. Dale Keown. Yes, Dale Keown did the cover. Thank you, Bolts fan. Inkblot, despite looking like it is for kids shows, some promise. It does show some promise. It absolutely does. Oh, that's one of the things. One of the guys like, I don't know how you couldn't read this. When I did my review, I was like, half of the book I couldn't read. I couldn't read the font. It was just like the font was just really weird. I don't know how you couldn't read the font. How about because we're all different? But I saw the guy's reviews, whatever. Like he's a kid. You know, so he's a kid. He's finally getting a little bit of a scruff here. He's got like the Professor Bill starter kit on his face. You know what I'm saying? He's like I guess like in technical terms, that'd be called like Chia stage 1. You know what I'm saying? Like he's getting there. He's getting there. He's got a little peach fuzz, you know? Anyway, when you're young, sometimes you ask stupid questions in a really stupid way. It happens. Anyway, I don't understand how you couldn't read the font. Okay, I couldn't read the font. It was actually that simple. I couldn't read the font. We're all different, bud. Hey, can you read Arabic? I don't know why you can't read Arabic. I read Arabic almost fluently. What's your problem? I even know the difference between what do you call it, a regular nun and a tamabuta. So what up? What up? You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know why you can't read it. It's just a language. It's just scribbles. You know, come on, man. Anyway, um, Eaglesham did the regular cover with Superboy. Yes, yes, correct. Thank you, Bolts fans. Blast him, King. I'll put people on black. Mother fathead. Just the king died. Okay, the actual king T'Challa, he died, and God rest his soul. You know, may Mother Bast accept him into her warm embrace, her warm furry embrace. Um, just followed you. Excited to be a mother fat. Well, I actually call like comic book university. We're alumni, but a mother fathead works too. Cravat, a dry martini, and a Cuban cigar. Oh, you know what I just listened to again yesterday? I actually watched the show. Was the Dennis Leary No Cure for Cancer? That's some old school stuff for you right there. He was talking about like in the beginning, there's that song, the asshole song, where he's just like ba 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 and a Cuban cigar. That sometimes I want to. Oh, I love that song. Good song, man. Okay, so a Saudi Arabia story. God, I've only been there for 5 years. How many stories do I have? Okay. Okay, so there's this one time I got in trouble by another teacher ish. So my kids, when I was teaching the third grade, went in my second year, my first year, in my first year, okay, in my first year at the school, my first year at the school, yes, there was I had this class and like everything was weird. I was teaching the third grade, and across the hall was a second grade, and there was a kid in there who was not all there. And he was also the son of one of the teachers who came in the same year as I did. He was an Egyptian teacher. I'm, an American teacher, obviously, but he spoke fluent English, and obviously Arabic also. And what do you call? But so he was actually teaching. He went on to become, I don't know if he became the vice principal or not, but he definitely became one of the marketing guys. He was like actually in charge of a lot of stuff. And anyway, so boom, he did a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Because he stayed with the school, I moved on. He I think he was teaching sixth grade English, and I was teaching third grade, which is much more than just English. English, math, science, social studies, Middle Eastern social studies, mind you, mechatronics, which is basically just advanced Legos with motors, and computers. So I was teaching the computer science, but to third graders. So I was teaching all of those classes. Anyway, so the kids started saying, "Hey, some of my stuff is missing. I think that when we go out for assembly, which was every single morning, somebody's coming into the room and stealing our stuff." It's like, well, that's not cool. And it's right down the hall. So I figured instead of standing at the front of my class, I'll hang back and I'll stand in the back of the class so I can actually look down the hallway and see if somebody goes in. I saw a kid go in. So I go down there, and this guy, Sabi, who turned out to be, he was actually just a really backstabbing, whiny, snivelly guy. He was only there for 2 years, but he tried to suck up to authority a lot. He was just a real craven guy who'd say one thing to your face, but then go back behind your back and say something to somebody else. And then he would go to management and say something else entirely. He eventually got caught with that nonsense, and everybody just stopped trusting him. At one point, I told him, "You need to stay away from me, bro, because we are in Saudi Arabia right now, and it's my opinion that my American passport will get me out of any kind of trouble whatsoever. So seriously, you want to stay away from me. Don't ever come to my class. Don't ever talk to me unless it's a dire emergency, bro." Um, and I was actually planning on buying his car when he left too, and I was like, "I'd rather not at this point because I don't want to give you anything." But anyway, this kid from his class, this guy was just a sloppy teacher. The one kid was a little bit special needs. Again, it was the one Egyptian guy's son. So he left the kid in class. He didn't want to come to assembly with everybody else. Well, all the kids are supposed to be in assembly, and it's your job as a teacher to get all those kids to come to assembly. This kid, he didn't want, he just left him there, and he just wandered. He roamed about. Now, I don't know if this kid was stealing or not. He was actually a really cool kid. He was actually a very cool kid. I had him in my class the next year. To this day, we don't talk a lot, but like 2, 3 times a year, on average, he'll contact, it's more than once a year. He'll contact me and just, on Facebook, be like, "Hey, Professor," they know my last name. It's not a big deal. It's just whatever. It's like the little bit of privacy that I have with all these stories that I give you guys. It's like, "Hey, Mudaris," which is, professor, teacher, Mudaris, "Hey, what's going on?" Whatever. But at the time, yeah. So I walked down the hall. I sped walked down the hallway, and I saw him just walking around. I didn't see him going in any bags. So I don't know if he was actually the one who was taking stuff out of the class, or if anybody was taking stuff out of the class. I don't know. But I just saw him walking around the classroom. I was like, "Hey, bud, you can't be in here." And he just looked at me, just like stared at me. And I was like, huh, either major discipline problem or maybe he's autistic. I think he was definitely on the spectrum. He got hyper focused on some stuff. So I'm pretty sure he was on the spectrum, but I'm not trained for that stuff. I never took special education. You know what I'm saying? And in Saudi, that was one thing where they really didn't pay attention to. So that sort of stuff slipped through the system a lot. Now, I was really well trained on basic medicine. So there was a kid who had diabetes that everybody was terrified of. I wasn't. I was able to normalize diabetes, and it especially helped. This kid was really smart. He knew how to actually he knew how to check himself, and he knew how to give himself an insulin shot if he needed it. But I mean, the kid was pretty much was independent. But and that was in the third year, but the third of 3 years. But like these kids, no, actually, that was in the second of 3 years. In the third year, I had a kid who actually had multiple sclerosis. He could barely move. He was on one of those electric wheelchairs and whatnot. He could barely talk, you know. Like even keeping his head up straight was really hard for him to do. And I was able to normalize that because I talked with the parents extensively. It was like, I think that it'll be okay. No school nurses in Saudi Arabian schools. Much like here in Canada, I was shocked to find there are no school nurses in schools. In America, we always had a school nurse. Like it was normalized for me. So anyway, boom. But anyway, this slipped right by, and I had to, work extra hard with him. But this was my first time ever actually meeting the kid. So it's just like, "Hey, bud, I'm going to need you to actually come out of my classroom." They didn't give us keys at the time. I got a key for the door so I could lock it when we were out. I was like, "I'm going to need you to come out of the classroom. You can't be in here. You're actually supposed to be at assembly." So he just kind of like looked at me, like, through the top of his eyebrows. I was like, Come on, buddy, let's go. So he came walking, and he started walking like into his classroom again. And I didn't know which classroom he was supposed to be in at the time. So I was just like, Bud, who's your teacher? And he wouldn't tell me. I was like, Bud, who's your teacher? He wouldn't tell me. I was like, you're going to come and hang out with my class, okay? At assembly. Come on. So I walked with him, and I wouldn't like if he tried to walk away, I went and I stood in front of him. I was like, buddy, let's go. Finally, he realized he's going to have to go. So he walked up. I mean, like, I'm an authority figure. He has to listen to me, right? And he did. But at one point, he started to get really like he started to get a really angry face on. He was like staring at me. I was like, what is it? The one guy, so that guy Sabi, he comes over and he's like, "Oh, this is actually my kid." I was like, "He's your son?" He's like, "No, he's my kid. Like, my class." I was like, "Oh, cool." Didn't bother telling me Mutaz. I remember his name now, the Egyptian guy. He didn't even tell me it was Mutaz's kid. He just said, "Yeah, this is my student." I was like, "Well, like, take him to your class. Like, take him to your line." He's like, "He won't listen to me." So I was trying to be nice and not say, "Well, you suck as a teacher then." And I was just like, "Bro, what are you doing?" Anyway, so he's like, "Look at him, man. He's like really mad at you. Look at you. Look at him. He looked like he's hulking out." So I figured I'm gonna like, try and bond with the kid a little bit. I was like, "Are you the Hulk? Ah, ah. Are you the Hulk? Are you gonna get mad, turn green, and like beat me up? What are you gonna do, guy?" And he's just like staring at me. I was like, "Stop doing the face. You're not gonna beat me up. Nobody's gonna fight each other. All right? You're just supposed to be here at the class." So he's just like, what happened? He just starts kind of like wandering in a circle, and he's really upset. And I'm like, this kid's getting really emotional. And I don't actually know how to handle this, but we do have the school counselor. So let me, and another Egyptian guy. So like, you know what? Let me bring him to the school counselor. School counselor was super late. He was super duper duper late. So, by the way, we have assistant teachers also. So, my assistant teacher was watching my class. I didn't just leave my class alone. So, anyway, I'm bringing this kid over, but he was super late. The door was closed and locked. I'm just like, what the heck? Where is this guy? His name is Muhammad Juma, but in Egyptian, they don't pronounce the jim. They pronounce it as a g, like a gim. That's why Giza should actually be in Arabic, Giza, the Leaning Towers of Giza. But there's no, they don't pronounce the G in the Egyptian dialect, so they say Giza. Fun fact. So his name is actually supposed to be Muhammad Juma. Juma means Friday, but Muhammad Guma instead. Cool. I respect if that's what you want to go. I'll call you Guma instead. No big deal. So I'm waiting there for him to come, and the kid is there. And the kid actually, like, I'm trying to make a little bit of small talk with him every so often, just so he doesn't get too lonely. Um, Finally, I didn't even realize he was crying, but he started crying. Like, it was quiet. It was just like that, and tears were coming down his face. And I didn't look down to notice that. I'm just, kind of standing there. It's like, cool. And all of a sudden, his father comes around the corner. Mind you, I don't know that this is his father. So he comes around the corner, and I know that he's a teacher. So it's like, hey, what's up? Waiting for Guma, because this kid. And I was like, oh, why are you crying? And the father looks at me like with hatred and vehemence. He's short and he's round. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have hit me. He comes running up and he grabs his kid by the arm and stares at me as he's like walking away. And I was like, what the hell is happening? What's going on? So I don't know what's happening, but I'm teaching my class, and later in the day when it's lunchtime, I don't have to be with my kids at this point. I get called in to talk to the vice principal, an American guy. And he's sitting there like, you took the kid out of his class. Like, the kid wasn't in his class. He was in my class. And I explained the whole situation. And he's like, well, dude, Mutaz is like really mad at you. I was like, why? He should be mad at Sabi. The kid could have gone into the freaking boiler room. We had a boiler room. The kid could have gone into the boiler room and freaking blown himself up and stuff like that. Like, he could have burned himself. Anything could have happened. Like, he could have taken his eye out. Like, he left the kid alone. And then on top of that, I brought him to Juma because Sabi didn't tell me like where the kid. He didn't bring him to he didn't do anything. He didn't tell me anything. He like if I were doing that, Mutaz was his father. I would have brought him to Mutaz. I would have gone and gotten Mutaz. Like, dude, go get your kid. What's up? Like, I don't know what's going on. And Juma was late. He's supposed to be there when all the rest of us teachers are there. So where was this guy? And he's just like, I think Chris was a little bit slow. He's not like, mentally handicapped or anything, but he's slow. He's slow. And he's just like, well, Mutaz is really mad at you. I was like, who the is Mutaz? I didn't curse, but I'm like, who the hell is Mutaz? Like he started the same time I started. Like, who cares if he's mad? If he's mad, he should be mad at Guma. He should be mad at Sabi. Now, I'm the teacher who actually tried to do something instead of letting him wander aimlessly. I was like, bro, I wouldn't even have to get involved if Sabi had a brain on his shoulder, or if Juma was on time, or if you would have actually given me a key to my door. And he's like, why don't you go buy a key for the door, buy a lock for the door, and just give me the spare key? I was like, done. That happened the next day. So that happened the next day. I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. So, what do you call it? Later on in the day, after lunch, like I knew that Mutaz was mad at me. I didn't realize how much. So he comes walking. He's like walking by and he won't look at me. I was like, and there's a lot of there's actually at the end of the day. There's at the end of the day when there are parents in the hallways, and he comes. He's walking by me. I was like, brother, you all right? Like, are you really mad at me? And he turns around, and he gets in my face, and he puts his finger in my face, and I'm like, this involves your kid, and I don't want to beat you up in front of your kid, but wow, you just put your finger in my face. So he's just like, you shouldn't have done that. You like whatever he did. He's like, I was shocked that he did this, but he's just like, you shouldn't have done that. You never put your hands on my kid. I never touched him. I never even like put my hand on his shoulder to shuffle him along. I never had to. Like he responds to authority. What the hell? Plus, I'm tall. I'm super tall. Kids always listen to tall people. Anyway, so it's like, do you want to go and talk in a room in private instead of yelling in the hallway like this? It's really unprofessional, brother. And it's just like, I don't need to talk to you. And he just walks away. I wanted to shout him down and humiliate this guy 6 different ways into next Tuesday, but I was being cool about it. So I went to Guma, and I was just like, brah. And I explained everything. I was like, I'm a little bit mad at you. He's like, I should have been on time. I was a little bit late. It was traffic. I was like, dude, we were all in the same traffic. Don't make an excuse. You screwed up. In the Middle East, it's a lot like France and many other European countries where time is a number on your watch. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal. You can be late because who cares? Time is essentially relevant. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be there 5. Cool. Show up at like 6:30. Fashionably late. No, we finished eating. Goodbye. In America, it's like, you finished eating. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? That old Irish saying, you can call me anything you want, just don't call me late to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it because that means all the food's gone. So I was really mad. And I went up and I actually started talking to, and I can't remember his name, and I'm sad because I actually really like this guy. He was a Yemeni guy, and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being. When Saudi Arabia started having the problem with Yemen, he actually had to leave, and that's a shame because he spent the majority of his life in Yemen, or excuse me, in Saudi. He didn't know that much about Yemen. He even had a Saudi dialect in his talk. Well, the Jadawi, the Hijaz dialect, because there are multiple dialects in Saudi, just like there are multiple dialects in America and Canada. What do you call it? But the anyway, I talked to this guy and I can't remember his name, and that bothers me a lot. But he was a very cool guy, and he was actually in charge of kids' activities. So anytime there were activities, for the kids, and he had a closet, excuse me, full of those cheap knockoff toys. And I'm just like, this is like my plastic heaven. Like we got along great. We got along like, forget about it. And I went to him, I was like, bruh, why is everybody mad at me? I was like, what am I messing up with the custom here? It's like, well, here it's okay to let a kid wander aimlessly in the hallways. I'm like, that's not cool. That's not cool. And it's just an adjustment that I had to make. And again, one of the reasons why I wanted to get a lock for my door, Anyway, Yeah, so he went and gave me one of the cooler toys to give to the kids. So I went and he told me what to do, and Guma also helped me out with this. Is like go and get it, give this cool toy. It was like a big fire truck or whatever. Go and knock on the door and ask Sabi to talk to the kid. Pull him out of the hall, into the hallway and talk to him, and then just apologize and give him the toy. I was like, I am not apologizing. I am not apologizing for doing my job. I'm going to be really stubborn with that. So boom. But I was really cool. I was like, listen, maybe you and I both made some mistakes and we just need to learn how to understand each other, right? Because maybe I'm not talking your language and maybe you're not talking my language. And it's cool, but we'll get to know each other. And I think that we could even be friends. And to start off a good friendship, what do you say? Would you like this? And his eyes were just like, he loved it. So like these guys clearly know Saudi Arabia better than me. You know what I'm saying? And I just took it. I was like, okay, cool, cool. I have to put myself at the foot of the learning tree for with these guys because they're good. And they really did help my stay there be a lot better because we're all guests in someone else's country. I'm a guest here in Canada. You know what I'm saying? When in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? When you're not in Rome, do as those people do. Say that's not just good travel advice. That's good life advice. Blend in, fit in. You don't have to adhere, but don't stand out. So anyway, that's how that all went. And Mutaz, he came to me and he was immediately like, he had a smile on his face. He's like, brother, my son told me that you gave him a toy, in the class and everything, and like he was really happy with you, and like it's really cool right now and everything. So I was like, oh, that's cool. What's funny is, the kids knew that I like comic books and superheroes. I would draw pictures of superheroes, in between breaks once in a while. And I had these. If you go on my Facebook, and I threw them in the Discord also, which I don't have the Discord link here. That's Girl Talk's job to throw that in. And they just, boom. What do you call it? These pictures of like Batman and Superman, and like I put the word teamwork at the bottom, and I had like an Iron Man picture, and I put success at the bottom. And I made a whole bunch of different posters like that as superheroes, so that the guys could just be like, oh my god, superheroes, but they were actually giving a good message also. So the kid liked me so much that I'm not going to say his name, but him and his brother wound up liking me so much that they got into comic books, which helped him to read infinitely better. He also made a comic book with me as the superhero in it, which I'm just saying, I'm kind of a cool teacher, so there's that. I may not get along with a whole lot of adults, but damn it, me and kids were like this. So that was one of the many, many, many stories from Saudi Arabia. So I hope you're happy, Girl Talk. I hope you're happy, GT. um, let's see, Mother Fathead. Don't mind being called Mother Fathead. Cool story, Bolts. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'm going to bounce now. I'm going to go and eat some dinner. Dinner was late, so I had. Hey, has anybody had these? I get these from Walmart for like $2. Hint of lime, and of course you got to have the French on the bottom because it's Canada. Hint of lime tortilla chips. Um, this is great value, so it's Walmart. Um, oh, stupid me! I should have just lifted the. I'm sorry. I literally sneezed right into this stupid thing. I apologize, guys. I could have. Anyway, just I was so focused on this. Anyway, these freaking guys are amazing. I went out and I bought the little lime, squeezy lime squeezy thingy, the juice. And I was gonna like do some spritzes. I got a little spritzer, and I was gonna do some spritzes on some of the regular restaurant style chips. And like, it tastes pretty good. But then I saw they had these. Like, how good can these be? So I bought one bag. I have a closet full of them right now. I pulled this thing out. I've still got, I think, 6 more of these bags in there. I am a prepper. I make sure there might be a shortage one day. At least I'm good for another week. I'm actually going to be good for like, a couple months with that. But nonetheless, it's like, dude, these are so good. If you get, and again, it's a hint of lime. You know what they taste like? They taste a lot like the chips that you get from Chipotle, except less salt, and I like the sea salt, but less salt and more lime. So I'm saying, and for only $2, and that's $2 Canadian. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're charging in the States, but if you're in Walmart, go and check that out. Thank you for the thing there, GT. I'm going to save that, and because I need to actually I'm going to make like probably another identity for myself on this computer, because my old computer I used to use that I use Discord on is actually out there now. It's my workstation, so I'll do one here so I can actually come on Twitch more often and be like, "Hey guys." Anyway, so I'll talk to all you guys later. All right. There's anything else? Discord, look for all. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for showing up and stopping by. I'm going to try and do the subscriber list, and thank you so much for actually asking me about subscriber lists and all that. In the meantime, just click the notification bell so you know when I go live, and I'll talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.